devices. Just checking, see if everything's running. Dun, 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 dun. Right, let's get going. Let's share some screens. And screen one, I think. Excuse me. So let's get going on. I best put the camera on, I think. I don't think the camera's on, is it? Right. Video on. Not that you want to see me in the room, of course. Right. Let's get a ding dong bell off and let's get things running. Rightio. Well, I guess all the story you'll have read the report that I put out this morning. The here, it's quite interesting. Gold, wow. If you had the gold bots on, then wow, 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 wow. They're on again at the moment and absolutely smashing the market to pieces. So they're catching this massive rally that's going on. But really, I can't believe Trump's actually called Powell a loser and too late coming to the party, trying to reduce interest rates. It's the first time I've heard that a president's going to wants to try and fire the Fed chair. Obviously, impossible to do that. Gold has gone peaked up at 34.94, and it's a double tap. I've been in and out of gold, as well as in and out of the FTSE as well. The FTSE was closed, but US markets were open yesterday, and they dragged the market around really low. So yesterday, when the UK markets opened again last night, massive opportunity to buy the actual plunge. The dollar's on a three-year low at the moment. Um, Good old Trump is, doing what he normally does, a bit of saber rattling, causing all sorts of problems. There's a few extra reading bits here on the report for gold, oil, and looking at the slump with Trump's threats to try and fire Powell, which you can't. Today we want to concentrate, as always, on gold. Got some targets there. We'll look at it. Euro USD. Well, we want to go on that with the euro against the three-year weakness of the US dollar, and the FTSE. The FTSE seems to technically have found a double bottom, and we'll look at that. And again, old favourites, USD, Swiss. We've absolutely smashed it all last week, for the past 2 weeks actually, and USD, Japani, and the Nasdaq. Its little bounce back seems to be fading completely, and we'll have a look at those. I did say before the Easter break we would go back to doing the where are we? The where is it? Trade plans, and I I've done the trade plan, but I deleted it, so I'm going to have to do another one, and a bit of a better format, so then we can actually store all the wins and losses every single day again, rather than me just ticking off against the AI report. So I will do that, and that will be available for tomorrow. As you can see here, the markets, the American markets, just did not like uh, Trump's rhetoric. But hey ho, let's get on to trading rather than you don't want to listen to me waffle. And let's get going. So FTSE, excuse me, took a really big dip yesterday. The American markets all falling off. Did anyone at all? Is Andy in the room, or is he still partying? No, he's not here. I saw a stream from Andy out partying last night in Spain, somewhere in Vera, I believe, partying it up. Didn't think he'd been this morning. There we go. Right, so The reason I was asking why Andy is because Andy usually jumps onto the early morning the advantages. So the market pulled back, the American markets last night, and there was a really nice push up into the close, as you can see here. And then the markets pulled down yet again this morning for another gap close, but that was the early morning EB7 trade where the market well, pulled back up again and then hit the close. So there's no closing gap this morning. That gap really has, I think we can call that closed. It's so close. I'll just turn that ding dong bell off from everyone coming in and out the room. Hang on a second. There we go. So it's silent. Everyone coming in and out. No problem at all. Right. What we're going to do with the FTSE? Well, flipping heck. I'm just looking at the other markets. I've got all the screens here, of course, and I can see gold's moving up a little bit. We're selling into USD Japanese strength and USD Swiss strength. NAS this afternoon, of course, if you're going to be trading American markets. But this morning, we need to look at into gold, if not already in gold, USD, Euro USD, and the FTSE. Just looking at what technically, third of the fill, the only thing I can think of at this very juncture, looking at where we are with the pivots, we've got the closing gap here from Thursday. We've got a 2-day high, the daily high, which is well, it's a 2-day high. I was going to call it extreme gap, but it isn't because extreme gap needs to be below the close to be an X gap. Right. Markets have really got a wiggle on the Northern European markets have just been dragged around. Let's just have a look. A drop back into the close would be a nice buy. The ATR today on the FTSE has come down, still 27.5. We'll call ATR 25. I'm not looking at the DAX this morning because I've not done the pivots, to be fair. And it's at the ATR and the DAX is 94 at the moment. So for your training and trader accounts, that's too much for a 1% based on the size of your accounts. Right. Well, here you can see the display of the pre-cash 1 hour bar. Very much indecisive. We are oversold. Renko blocks are all green. Everything's good. 926 is good. On balance volume is good. It looks like the volume might just come straight in the market, but you never know. We've had a 4-day flat with the UK markets closed, so you don't know what's going to happen. I have a target today of 83.28 just before Camarilla breakout long. I'll shoot that is with a 4-hour Fibo extension. So what I'm looking for here is this market to come down to the close. Really, if we can buy the close, then that would be nice, and the daily with a 28 pip stop, if we can buy that. Have a look at buying that close 28 pip target as an absolute minimum. So we'd be looking, that could be a very nice 1.5% if the market drops down into there. Let's get down into the 1 minute and see what's going to happen. If the market just pulls off and runs away, then we'll turn the fractals on and we'll give that a fractal trade. But really, buying fade of the fill will be okay. We want to stop under the daily pivot so the pivot boys don't get involved. Let's see if we can get this. Set it at 82.76 just in cases. The market came down, it actually closed the gap. I was wanting it to come down a little bit further, just been a bit greedy. We'll put the fractals on. So you can see we're a fractal crossover here and then a growth. So there is a potential 1 minute fracker here. The fractal will, let's have a measure this fractal breakout. The fractal breakout is probably going to be need 16, 18 pips. If you want to, we will set everything. So we'll get a trade no matter what happens. So we're going to do a 1% risk with a breakout at 90, 93. If we get whichever we get tagged in first, we'll close the other one out. So we've got a little bit of protection, if there's such a thing as a bit of protection down here under the pivot. We want the market to drop us into the close, or we want a fractal breakout. Whichever comes first, we will get into that trade. Notice there's quite a few people on holiday. Everyone extending with a kids' break, I guess. Everyone looking at having a long break. Easter's the biggest holiday in the UK, of course, isn't it? I know when I used to live in the Lake District, we used to have a garage and petrol station and shop thing in the lakes. And Easter week and Easter weekend was the biggest weekend in the whole year for holidaymakers in the Lake District. It was manic. Come on, let's get a trade off. Let's get one clicked on, one or the other. Again, we're trading every day this week, and we've got the there we go. We'll cancel this top one. We don't want to add to that trade just yet. If you want to do, if there's any particular strategies you want me to go through, guys, this week, Tuesday, today, Wednesday, so quite happy to do it Thursday. And if you pop your ideas or thoughts in the room, very, very happy to if you put it into the, let's put it here. If you put your ideas in, which one? Day trading discussions, is that the one? Yeah, if you put it in day trading discussions, ideas in here, then I'm quite happy to do a session on your favorite or problematic strategy. And what we'll do, we'll go through it stage by stage, and then we'll look to apply it live so you can see it working live and in real time. So we can, and we'll record it all. So we'll either the strategy, we'll show the strategy working or losing, whichever it does. Rather suspect, hopefully it'll win. And we'll do that. So you let me know what you want to do, and I'll have a look at the end of the day, see what people would like me to do. We'll look at the end of the day. Oh, see. All right, I'm just live streams. Right here. Morning all. I'm Pep Martin. 026454332. Ah, that's Paul.
That's me.
Oh yeah, that's got to be the Irish. That's got to be Paul. Good. Right, so we're in, and let's see what this market can do for us. There is no point in really watching a trade. The reason we've done this trade is we're buying fade of the fill, and they were fading into filling the closing gap this morning. We know there are a lot of pivot traders. There are a lot of gap traders in the FTSE, and there are a lot of pivot traders as well. So we need to, if the gap does not attract buyers, then we would imagine that the daily pivot will. So we need to have our stops under the daily pivot. So let's go and have a look at the other areas. So I think what we'll do today, we're 28 pips, which is less than the ATR. Oh no, it isn't. It's 28 pips, the ATR, sorry, 27.45. What we'll do, we'll kind of wait till the market gets towards this fracker top here. We'll put an alert in, and then we can look at possibly adding to the trade. And we'll front run the daily pivot in case the market keeps running down. And we can do some action then. So our best let's live streams. Best put this up so I can comment on YouTube on the live stream. Bear with 1 minute. I should put these up, shouldn't I? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, do a trade in. Best put this on mute straight away, otherwise I'll be echoing all like crazy. All right. Okay, there we are. Right. Let's go. First of all, we'll have a look at the buy thing. So we'll have a look. We're in the FTSE now. We're looking for the FTSE to hopefully do its thing. And I'm just going to sit and wait for that. We'll look at gold and we'll look at Euro USD. So let's go and have a look at gold. Well, right. Just go on and put the gold bots back on. Gold. That hit. The reason it switched off is because it hit full target and I took the money at full target. So that's why the gold is switched on. Gold's back on again. Boom. Right. So there was my 100% target that we set last week. So it hit the targets. Let's just clean this up a little bit. We've hit everything. Look at that from last week's all-time record highs. The market has really moved. Let's all clean this up and do this live. No need to have a 4-hour target. We're in there again. These are the targets that I set. A front run the big round number and back up into here. The market hit the BRN and now the market's run off. So if you remember BRN, big round numbers, the market gravitates to big round numbers all the time, especially on gold. Every 100 or a 50, it gravitates to that. So let's have a quick look at where why the markets were. Let's go right back. Let's go back to 4 hours. We're day traders, so we don't need to go back any further. Really, you can see some really nice impulsive waves. Wave 1 consolidation, wave 2 pullback, wave and then another wave 1 here. And as always, and I'll keep going batting on, but just to remind you, when markets run up in a very bullish manner or bearish manner and consolidate 9 times out of 10, the exit in the same way they entered, in other words, to the top side. So always remember these patterns at every single stage. That's how they generally work. Just have a little look here with this impulsive move from the base down here to the top. That did a well over 100% extension on that 4-hour level. Well, it hit our 4-hour level anyway, and did very nice indeed. So I think, well, let's just start moving in with our areas. It would be lovely to get a bit of a pullback into gold now. So what I'm doing here is doing a Fibonacci pullbacks, and let's have a look a perfect storm really would be a 61.8% fib or retrace, wouldn't it? It would be nice to see a 61.8, I should say. It would be nice to, if the market's really, really bullish, then you'd expect it to bounce off a 38 or less. And that would give you the heads up that this is a very bullish market. If you didn't already understand that gold's being bullish into its second year of massive bull run. Right. Just putting that one in so we can quickly see whether 32.8, 61.8 Fib. There is a 50% in there. That's not a Fibonacci number, of course, but often get a nice reversal. But if the market is really bullish, then you usually either bounces off the 23 or off the 38%. Let's just see what this other impulsive move did. All right, there we are, off the 38, bounced off the 38. So really, if you were in early doors this morning, then you'd have got the early morning trade to bounce back up into here. Let's just go down to the hour and we'll get to that in a minute. So let's get into the detail. So it just these single bars, I would ignore these completely. 1 hour move without any follow through is not worth really looking at or using as a measuring point. So let's have a look at what we can do. Boom, 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 boom. The pullback would be nice. You can see the 38.2 here. Let's just move. What I'm going to do is hit the bottom of that wick and go into the 38.2% retrace level. That would be lovely if we could get the market to come down into here and to buy. It would be great to be able to, you can see the resistance starting here, and it's a Fibo as well, just at the top here. It would be nice to also have the market come down here. That would be some nice relief back for us to be able to trade. Let's drop into the 15. So this is a server switch over the close. Now we can see where the 61.8s are and the 38.2s. You can see where we are with the, just move that to be super accurate into this range. It's a shame all the action's done before we actually come on live. But did anyone get the 34.99s? Anyone trade that? No? It's okay if you didn't. There is always another opportunity to get into a good trade. So let's see what we can get. Right. Yeah, somebody's looking. What I'm looking here is on the stock and on the on-balance volume. Quite clearly, there's quite a few people on the ATR participating onto the downside, and the on-balance, the OBV9 is showing that there's nothing there to see at the moment. So, well, there's nothing there to see. There's no point in sitting watching it. What we can do is put some alerts up because there's nice flat top Heikin Ashi bars. That indicates the market's immediately accepting that as the highest point, the open, and market's coming down. Those are really strong Heikin Ashi candles to the downside, especially when they are breaking and closing under the 9 EMA. This is the 9 EMA here, there. So that's what we're looking for is a market ideally to be completely overcooked on the stock, and the market then to put, if you are trading the 15-minute bar. There is a lovely 15-minute bar there. So the market flat bottom breaks up above the 9 EMA, gives you the perfect candle, perfect entry, 1-to-1, easy. Probably better than the 1-to-1, that one actually. I don't know what that would have done. There's 1%, at least 1.5%. But you'd have probably just gone for a 1-to-1 more than likely. That's at the 15-minute. You know I like to be very aggressive with gold, even on a 5-minute bar on very similar here. So one of the things you can do today, and I know Andy's nodding, super scalper. Once you get a 15-minute bar here, you know, down here somewhere, wherever it may be, and you get a nice 15-minute bar break, as soon as you see that 15-minute bar break up and the momentum starts, if you want to, you can get back down into your 1 minute or 20-second tickers to scalp the backside of it, and a great opportunity to make 4 or 5% this morning. But I don't think there's anyone in the room. Is anyone in the room that does the scalping with Andy? Same as Andy, or is it just Andy and me? Nobody. Does anybody want me to show you how to do it?
Yeah, please, Steve. Yeah.
All right. Okay, Paul. We'll take this as an example. So disregard the time. We'll take this as an example. So we'll put the 15-minute bar in here. So the 15-minute, that's a 15-minute bar. Then we'll drop into the 1 minute and then the 20 seconds. So to go back and find that line. There we are. And for this, we don't use fractals. We just use the actual bar itself. So once we've got this established here, we need to make sure that everything's true. What we're doing is we're looking for a pullback back into the 9, and then we're looking for a bar closing above the 9 EMA, above the 9 EMA. Never take a bar where the wick is larger than the body, never. If it's the same, okay, especially if it's a flat bottom. So on this example here, generally when you're 20-second ticking or 1 minute ticking, 20 seconds, you want a 2 pips, or on a 1 minute, 3 pips probably. So you would look for the bar, look for the market to pull back. There is your first bar, and you would put your stop under the swing low. On this one, you can see this one is 6 pips. So when I said to you generally it's 3, obviously market's very aggressive. At 6.4, spread's 0.3, so it's 6.7, so 7 pips. You do a 7 and a 7, going for a 1-to-1 on that one, and you'd be okay there. That would be fine. One thing I need to emphasize is if you are going to trade on a scalping fashion, then you need the 200 EMA on your side as well. It doesn't work all the time. You do it every single time it happens. So this is the next one. Stop under the swing low, stopped out. Next one, stop under the swing low, 1. Next one, stop under the swing low, 1. So there are, you know, that's what you would do on 1 minute. Now, for the brave, non-faint-hearted, let's go back to the 22nd. Have I got enough data? We can do this on Thursday if you want. We can do it live on gold, or possibly the DAX, because that acts in the same way. Let's get some more data up. Can I find the bars here? Well, remember, this is 20 seconds, so we need to go back to the last pullbacks, which is 20 second, 15, at least, right. So back here. Back here. So what we're looking for is the market to pull down. You would have got that, but that's just cherry picking. That was too early. It was 15 minutes after 3:03. So, well, round about here then. There's one there. You can see one. But you've got to have that discipline of keeping these in. It's usually 2 pips, 2 to 3. So that's 2.4. Market again, wicks too long. Okay, no break. Wicks too long, no break. There's one there, obviously one. Pull back. There's one there, obviously one. There's one there that won. There's another one there that won. There is another one there that won, and another one there that never happened. There's one indecisive. There's another one there that won. I want to show you they don't all work. Break didn't work. Break didn't trigger. Break didn't trigger. Break. Did that one win? Did that one win? Yeah, that one won. That one would have won as well. That one would have won as well. As you can see, they don't win all the time, just most of the time. We'll come out of that and let's just have a look at what's actually happening at the 15-minute bar level, 15-minute level now. So nothing. I'll just get rid of that. Nothing happened at 15. So there's some of the strategies that we can use on here. We need a 15-minute bar to run if we're going to scalp. We need to make sure that the momentum on a reasonable time scale, day trading time scale, that the market is moving, has reversed, stopped and reversed into new phase wave. So, yeah. Other things that we can do with gold. Again, 5 minutes. So we're nowhere near the market coming down to where we want it to be. However, when the market is very strong, and it's very strong here, but we're all the way down to 5 minutes, so 200 EMA. We can take some pretty aggressive trades. Aggressive trades would be a flat bottom 5-minute bar above the 9 EMA. Above the 9 EMA, we could take a break of that in the 1-to-1, or we could switch to fractals on, and we could take, rather than 5-minute bars here, we could take a fractal break. One was there, there was another there, another there, and another there. One here that lost, another one there that won. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades, 5-1. This what we'd like to see is market. It would be nice if the market could come down to this little area here, this consolidation here. That would be lovely. And for the market just to have a little blip up to provide a fractal structure and then a fractal bottom around here, and then take a fractal break so long as we are trading above the 9 EMA. That's another trade that we can do. It's a bit unfortunate when we're live, we just don't have those to, right, you can see the market's dropped down with that indecision pin there. Now, there is a fractal that is going to set up. As long as this bar doesn't grow any bigger, that fractal will set up here and draw a line along here. Otherwise, if we have a nice green bar here, it will negate that. So the market's looking unbalanced volumes. Check out your OBV9 all the time. You can see the volume is coming right up. The shorters have stopped, and this is a forward-looking indicator. really, really good. You can see the OBV in 5 minutes. The growth, the bulls are outweighing the bears at the moment. But don't get too excited about that at the moment because we've not had a very large pullback. Let's go and check. Ooh, let's put some alerts and go and check. Let's put some alerts up here and we'll trap the price with some alerts further down here. Let the market decide whether it's bull or bear, and it will give us a heads up on for us to have a little look at. Let's go back and have a look at our trade that we've put in on the FTSE. So not a lot of movement, really. Just take the frackers off a minute. So we didn't get down to the pivot at all. The market has been trying to, the bears have been trying to push it down, but you can see on the OBV, we are coming up to the datum line. So let's get into some decent action here. Whoa, look, you can see here, we've got some big rejection pins here. Gives you an indication that the market's really not ready to push up to those highs with those rejection pins. It might be that the market wants to flush down first. People are not getting behind this. As the market's going up, people are taking profits indicated by this large wick. So the market opened up down here, it's moved all the way to the top, and then people have sold and it's settled here. Again, the next one sold. And so we're getting on these pins, we're getting lower highs, but we are getting higher lows. So we're getting a bit of a compression here, bit of a there's no real pendant because there's no leg, but we are getting a bit of a squeeze coming in. I'll just show you where can I where's my tool? One of these tools here. So we've got a squeeze coming in here, albeit not brilliant, but you can actually see it's always you always do well to watch these patterns and what's going on, because not only us watching these patterns, everyone else is as well. You are trading against other people, or or bots that people have written. So that might take a while to get going. We've got on the unbalanced volume. It looks like at the moment it's unbalanced, doesn't it? It's right on the datum point. We have the thing that gives you a little bit of confidence on the momentum. We're doing a 926. There's a 926 indication here at 22.8, and as you can see, from the 9 EMA, the market is pulling away from the 26. So the 926 momentum is looking good. Also, we've got Renko blocks starting to go green above the 13, and that's a really good indication that the market is with you. We are battling at the lower levels though, but yeah, we'll see. So FTSE is wherever the FTSE is, and we're in the green a little bit, but nothing to write home about, nothing to get excited about. Let's look at we looked at gold. Let's look at Euro USD was the next one on the slop sheet, wasn't it? Right, now I've not touched this at all today, so let's have a real pullback. Let's have a really, really good look at what's happening. I did set the targets with the Fibos. These are all last week's targets have already were hit, as you can see. So let's get rid of those. Get rid of all those previous targets that we nailed. That is clean. So we are on a 3-year low on the Dixie. Euro, USD, Euro is the best to trade against the Dixie. Just to remind you, we can put the Dixie up and you will see a mirror image of the dollar basket against the Euro USD. Euro USD being 57% of the dollar basket. So where can I compare the instrument? Dollar basket. Okay, so let's zoom this out. There we are. There's the dollar basket. And you can see it is near on a reflection of what's happening with the euro. So the dollar comes down. You can see that's back into March 2022, lows for 3 years. Zoom into the detail a bit more. And then again, a little bit. Let's have a look here. So is this market going to go a lot further down? So dollar basket could easily go a lot further down. A lot further down. I'm not going to go back into that detail. We're in 4 hours. But you can see this reflection. If you have not spotted this before, great tool to give you an indication of what's going to happen with the euro. If you get back into 15 minutes, you'll see the reflection is near a mirror image. So dollar basket, Euro USD. Get rid of the dollar basket, and we'll get rid of it. And we'll get back on the Euro USD. We'll zoom right out again. We can see the dollar basket's on a 3-year low. Looking technically where we are at the moment, the targets I have set today, which you can see 11. Did I put? I take the AI report and then I overlay my technicals onto this. Yeah, so 11,562 and 11,613. Yeah, so those are the targets we have for today. Gold, we've already hit target 1. Target 2 is the next one to go for. Of course, we'll go back for target 1 and then target 2 again. And then FTSE, we're going for 83.28. Right. You can see these are pretty important levels that we're moving into now. And going back all the way to 2017, 2016, you can see on the weekly the markets have stopped right in this range. Okay for a bit of a view as a day trader, but is absolutely no use to you whatsoever. Really, as an intraday trader, day trader, it's kind of okay to see, but that's swing trader territory, really. They want to see what's going on. As a day trader, 4 hours is enough. If you're looking at anything more than 4 hours, then you're not really day trading. Right, so let's just move back. Let's pull this data back a wee bit, and let's just have a look at this structure on a day. What's happened, and where was this? This was back at 2021. The market fluctuated really on a daily consolidation, really. As you can see, just to remind people what happens with consolidations, the market came down, ran into a consolidation, and it left in the same direction. 9 times out of 10, and I'll keep saying this, but it needs to be second nature. Spot these patterns, so the market's coming down, consolidating. If you're doing swing trading, you just want to break the bottom. As soon as this bottom's been broken from this consolidative area here, then jobs are good and it's going to break. If it is going to break, it's going to break the bottom and it will continue on. Just got to be patient. Into 4 hours. Let's go back and have a look at how it looked in 4 hours. Pull this data all the way. Can I need to pull a lot more data in? 3,000 units at 10,000 units. There we go. Right into that area again. The reason I'm looking at this area is markets repeat themselves because behind the markets are all humans, and humans are habitual and they always do things generally in the same manner. That's why markets repeat themselves, because humans do. So you can see here, this should be an easy target. We're moving into a consolidative area here on the 4-hour. But we've got a peak up here. My next target was obviously a 1-hour Fibo extension, and I'll show you that in a minute. So it looks like that's very achievable anyway, looking at this market structure, the markets. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm just going to put a little bit, just going to click this in here. I call them the baby blues, a bit of soft resistance starting to grow to the top on that 4-hour. Let's get down into that detail now. And let's get down into a 1-hour area. This is a previous line that I need to get rid of. So, right, so this is where the resistance, or quite a while ago, held itself. You can see here, this pin here, the market came up and sold off into that resistance, and it blew straight through. And the market's bouncing around this area. So it's well worth marking these things up because, as I said, markets do repeat themselves. So targets, well, for this, let's just have a quick look, quick squiz here. This was looking at, as long as this isn't broken, and there's double tap bottom here, then that phase wave on a 1-hour Fibo extension would hold. The market is quite bullish, so you'd expect the market to come back up to you very, very easily. And its next pattern, 61.8%, would be the next normal wave, phase wave to run up to. And if you can see, that's 11,613.7. I rounded that down to 11,613. And looking at the market that we've just looked at back in 2021, looks like that could be quite easily hit. This should be a no-brainer going back to where the market's already been. The issue is finding a way to get into that market with a nice stop. That's a healthy stop, but one that we can, as a day trader, we can jump in,
alert triggered,
and jump out at the same time. I'm just going to save that because we had an alert triggered. Something has moved.
alert triggered,
Gold. Right, so we need to go and look at gold. So we'll come back to this. There is no real, so this is 1 hour.
alert triggered,
And to 15 minutes. You can see how it starts. Things are starting to set up. So we will come back to Euro USD. But one thing that's clear and present danger is gold. There we are, gold. As you can see, the market did break this 5-minute bar and negated that fractal. Now this is a
alert triggered,
I'll just take this alert on.
alert triggered,
It'll drive me mad. Right. Oh, wow, I tell you, everyone's very quiet this morning. Yeah. Is that just me? Rightio, let's I'm just having a look at the guys on YouTube or the butterflies. Average viewing duration 9 minutes, so that whether they're at work or not, I don't know, but you'll never learn anything in 9 minutes. But there we go. Right, we've got a break here. If we want to be super, super aggressive, and we can take this, and we're going to take a break above here, and the stop's going to be under here, which is 12.7 plus 0.3, so 13 pips. We're going to take this, guys, at 13 pips. Personally, I'm taking 2% risk. You should maybe just be taking 1. And we're on a direct break of here. So that's about ready to rock and roll there, guys. So you can press the button when you are ready here. And we're looking for a nice trade. The reason we took the trade is we had that 5-minute bar break in the 9 EMA reasonably aggressively, followed by a low touch reversal, indecision, 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 market started to come up, and there is the unbalanced volume coming through. So that's why we've took that one. Bear with me. I'm just going to trade this on the other account as well. So we're in everywhere now. So we're in the FTSE. The FTSE's in the blue, making a few rupees. Gold, hopefully, will continue its run through. We can turn the fracker off, but we didn't use a fractal to get in. We used an aggressive 5-minute bar with the 200 EMA with us all the way from 5 minutes to weekly on every time frame. So everything's quite nice. Can the market achieve that? Well, probably yes, it can quite easily. We'll just put the 1-to-1 marker in here. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to move my target, and I'm going to put my target back up to an area where it's already been. And what I'm going to do is put an alert on a 1-to-1 up here. You probably could, what we're looking at here is potentially doing a stop to entry and then looking at a 1-minute fractal to then hammer this home a little bit further. So we'll leave gold where it is. We'll quickly flick past FTSE and we'll go back into the euro. FTSE is starting to build. It's on balance volume. It's struggling. It is struggling. Red Renko block. We've obviously had the market pulling back. I'm in 1 minute now. Let's get this back to 15 minutes and save it at 15 minutes. Turn the frackers off. So yeah, the market, well, we're getting bigger bodies. So that means there's more volume coming through. And really, we're just looking for this market to run. The issue we've got today, especially Northern European markets, is with having a bank holiday Monday as well. People have extended, and like they are in the room. There's not many people in the room. Everyone's on holiday. So yeah, we've got very little movement, not much volume at all. But hopefully, with the technicals, the force is with us, and if we can get a cheeky 1% this morning out of here and a cheeky 2% out of gold, that would be quite nice. Right, let's get back to that, save that view, and we'll go back to Euro USD. Right, we're now coming down to a decent area here on the 15 minutes. So for Euro USD, we're going to use the 15-minute bar technique rather than fractals, because Euro USD doesn't, it can be a little bit skittish against the dollar, especially in Northern European session where there's no real flow from America. And what we want to do is we want to wait for the market to finish its pullback, and then we want to jump on board with a 15-minute bar, like, let's just show like that. It's a 15-minute bar, really, really nice. And that's pulled back. There's another 15-minute bar. Could we say that was a 15-minute bar? Not really. It was hit and miss. There's a definite 15-minute bar. Did that one work? Well, let's have a look. Break of the 15-minute bar, stop under the swing lows. Well, possibly. It's very close to being a double tap reversal, isn't it? So that's 46, and the top was 47, spreads 1. So you might have been a bit unlucky there. You might have missed nearly a full hit, but there was a full hit there possible. As the market came up into these levels up here, you could have moved a stop to entry. So the market up here would have moved a stop to entry round about here. Stop to entry here. So that would have made this particular trade risk-free. And then you could have added, but there was nothing really there in structure to add. So difficult one. You would either have took your money, or your limit would have been hit. Very, very close. Very, very close indeed. So the market back on this area. There's a 15-minute bar. Don't need to draw that one in. It obviously worked. So that was hit and miss. Very, very close. It would have come within 1 pip or less. So and if you took that one, it would have hit. But would you have took that one? Technically, it needs to be correct. So the 9 EMA was 504, and the close was 507. So it was actually a break above it. So yes, that would have worked. You just want to make sure when you do these things that the numbers are correct. So the shorts, there are 2 shorts that I wanted to have a look at as well. But whether these will come off or not, I don't know. It's USD Swiss and USD Japanese selling into any pullbacks. So let's have a look at which is first. USD Japanese. So let's zoom out. Get rid of the last week's targets. They were all nailed, which is very nice. Hopefully we'll do the same this week. Let's just helicopter up and have a little look. Well, it's just about done its thing, hasn't it, when you look here? Let's just pinpoint the base, the bottom. And where is the next bottom? On the daily. We really do need this to pull back. It's probably, and there's the bottom. Could do with a pullback, couldn't we, really? Let's get into the 4 hours and have a look. Well, yeah, a pullback would be nice. The market is just completely dour and down, isn't it? You can see. So for the day trader, we use a 4 hour 200 EMA into the 1 hour. Again, these are areas that we've been looking at last time. Wow, look at that action there. She's dying away into the Easter holidays, and just on Sunday evening just absolutely dropped. Good old Trump, the 3-year low. So what did I put on here? 13,966. 13,966. It was obviously a front run of down here. Put that on now so we know. Obviously looked at this morning. So 13. What did I put in here? 13,966, 966. Seems reasonable. That is the daily and weekly base. So yeah, fairly reasonable. Where would we want this to pull back? Well, we'll use a 15-minute bar technique on this. So on the 15 minutes, everything is absolutely negative. The areas of pullback, ideal pullback, you're kind of looking into these areas here. In fact, perfect storm would be for the market to pull into this area here. Looking at the way the market's moving, then I can't see that happening. Again, you can see where the market moved down into a consolidation phase and then broke out through the bottom. So what we're looking for here is a 15-minute bar. 15-minute bar like that. So flat top, closing under the 9 EMA, nice bar, another nice bar, another one, all really good. Beautiful bar there and here. But would you have got in? Would you have got in? I probably would have done, yes, and it would have failed because the stop would have been above here. But it does need the market does need a bit of a healthy pullback, doesn't it? We are stretched up here. Just have a look, see if there's any bots that need to be put on. Oh, there are a few bots there. None of interest. Roll indices. Well, a better pullback than this would be good. But we can't ignore that indecision bar here. So we'll put an alert if this bar starts to break down, because if it does start to break down, then we'll look to target this area here. Ideally, it'll go further up. So we'll put an alert a bit further up into the bottom of this consolidative range. And that would be of interest for sure. But at the moment, there's nothing there of interest. The market does need to pull back. Ideally, quite a lot more into this range would be nice to give us a really nice rundown into this base here. So USD Swiss was the next one. All right, I was looking at this similar action. I was looking this morning at a breakdown here, so we don't need that in now. It never triggered. Previous target. Oh, so these are all the targets. They're previous targets that have already been hit up here. What targets did I put in? Swissy 850 and 8. Yeah. So that's last week's target that was hit. Very nice. We had that target up there. Then I had a tongue-in-cheek one to come all the way down to here, which was going to be a very big move, but it never got all the way down, but it didn't do too bad. So these are the targets for the day. What I think I'll do on here, we'll do this on your same gut and on your charts as well. Click up on the 70th, around about the 75th percentile, something like that, for the market to come into an exhaustive count on the stocks on the 4-hour. That would be ideal. If we're up all the way up here, then you could put your bots on as well. If you get an alert on there, you can stick your bots on USD Swiss. You could do that on the hour as well, of course. So the market could easily do a double tap reversal here, couldn't it? You can see it's coming right into the bottom of what was support, which will now be resistance. And if you get a 15-minute bar after a double tap here, that would be quite nice. Let's just have a look at what's the one before. On the previous sequence, moving up in the reversal. Yes, there's one there. There's a bar there. Oh, actually, that one there with a flat top here, but it didn't close under the 9 EMA. Here we're under the 200 EMA, and we've got a flat top, and it's under the 9 EMA. Absolute no-brainer of a trade. If you can't trade that, then you shouldn't be trading.
Alert triggered.
So there's the trade.
Alert triggered.
Nice. And you want to, you will get that again. It will happen again because of the state of the dollar. You just have to be patient. Just have to be patient. And we'll run out of time today to be that patient. We need to go back to the FTSE because that's what's screaming at me. So we'll just put an alert here. If the market starts to come down, and we'll put an alert up here. Again, if the market continues up. Let's go back and have a look at the FTSE. There's the alert. So we're now, or have been very close to the market coming, breaking these highs. We've got a double tap here. What I want to do now here is I want to make this risk. The market is so slow. We're going to make this risk free. So maybe stop up here, stop to entry, STE. So we've got a free trade. Second, I'm just going to do that as well on another screen. Another, bear with me. It's managing risk. So it's all about managing risk. So we've got a free trade here. Is it worth trying to go to 5-minute fracking? Very, you know, when you got wicks larger than the body, that's not probably equidistant. That's the warning signs. But now you can see if I turn these off, if I turn the cash pivots off, you can quite clearly see here. This is a really nice 15-minute bar, flat bottom, nice body, little wick, trading above the 200 EMA, 9 EMA, the 926 cross as well, that we observed earlier, and the market's moving off. If we break this level, the market's hesitated before here. If we break this level, then I can't see any reason why this market will not float into the target. There is an issue with the target that we do have under Camarilla breakout long. What's in front of the, can anyone remember what is going to be a potential problem with a FTSE, knowing its personality and how people trade and the levels? Can anyone remember what's in our way to our target at 303? No? Well, BRN, big round number. People like taking profits on big round numbers and targeting big round numbers. So be mindful at 8,300, we may well get a reversal coming in there. So what time are we? 9 o'clock now. We're on for another quarter of an hour or so. So we need to get our reviews done on the other setups. I'm minded, really, if we break these levels, we will potentially get a pullback on 8,300s, but I'm going to run this right up to our target and leave this at 83.28. So 83.28 would be
Alert triggered.
our target now, which
Alert triggered.
Which will begin towards 2%, again towards 2% with no risk. Just indicate that what we're doing there, which was 28, wasn't it? 303, roughly around about there. So you could put an alert higher up here. Let's get the alert correct. 82.98, 82.90. The reason I'm putting that in is just so
Alert triggered.
if the market does come up, we can observe the potential reversal level at 8,300 level. Market is potentially going to, people are going to potentially taking profits into that area. Euro USD is putting in a nice 15-minute bar, not quite complete, 13 minutes to go, but it's a nice 15-minute bar. We'll be able to get a Euro USD trade off, I think. With it being holiday time and little volume, I was going to use some 15-minute, 5-minute frackers to add to this particular trade. But we've got a BR, we've got a BRN in front of us, big round number, as a fractal breakout. So I think I'm probably minded not to bother. We want to head up towards Camarilla breakout long, front run of Camarilla breakout long. That would be quite nice to do.
Alert triggered.
Let's go and have a look at the alert triggers, because that's so USD Swiss and USD Japani have both alerted, so we need to have a look at them. So FTSE's on its way, quite nice, 19 pips up. On its 3/4 of its way up to a full 1% trade. Quite nice as a day trader, trying to get your money in and out within an hour or so, rather than waiting days as a swing trader. But it's all about technicals and being able to trade the technicals and managing your risk quite conservatively. So we cannot lose. No matter what happens, we cannot lose on the FTSE. Let's just go and have a look at what's happening. Right, so this is a look at that bar. What a beautiful bar. Keep saying, get a bit sad when you love the look of a bar. 15-minute bar, looking quite good. I'm going to flip this over to the twin screen, twin charts, and put them side by side and have a little look. There's a FTSE. We'll get rid of the FTSE, and we'll put USD Swiss on one side, and we will put USD Japani on the other. These are the two that we're looking for to actually short. USD Swiss, a lot more convincing than USD Japani at the moment. But a lovely flat top. The market came down. Under here, we've got a bit of hesitation with a wick on the top. Although it looks like it might close under 9 EMA, this is kind of this territory here. Oil is pushing up towards $63.50 or $63.50 a barrel. And staying away from crude at the moment. With oil pushing up, of course, it's going to push the FTSE in. Because, can anyone tell me why it's going to push the FTSE up? If oil is on the move, can anyone remember why that will help the FTSE?
Loads of oil companies.
Alert triggered.
Yes, 26% of the FTSE is oil companies. Yeah, absolutely spot on. So, when you're looking at the FTSE, I've got 10 minutes here, so I'll just switch this over. FTSE and oil. So as oil goes up, it pulls FTSE up, because a lot of these assets are all correlated, obviously, because there's quite a few big oil companies in, where's crude? In the FTSE. So as that comes up, 26% of the constituents are oil companies. So that's going to help the market move up. It's going to shut that up. They are 299. You'll probably observe. Now this would be quite interesting observation here. I'm going to put USD Swiss on this side. I don't want to miss that trade. See oil. So you'll potentially see, if I put this into 5 minutes, some selling going on at 300. If you don't observe that selling, that's a really good sign. That means everyone's pushing. Everyone's pushing, and that's good. So we're going for either come out at 28, get you 1% and put your gold coins in your saddlebags, jump on your pony and go over the hill. That's your trading done for the day, really. Obviously, we want the other trades to come in as well. But we're heading for what I'm just getting my electronic brain out here. We're looking at 1.85% as a end game later on today. We're 4 pips off the market hitting a full 1-to-1. Well, just about didn't it, really? What was that? The height of that was 302, 1 to 303. It came within 0.3 of a pip. Did anyone just cash out at that level? And there's no problem people cashing out at 1-to-1. No problem at all.
I did, Steve.
Yeah. Live for another day. Put the money in your pocket. Get the rupees in your pocket. That's what it's all about. 7 minutes to go, really, on Euro USD for a new bar, which this current bar is not good enough to trade long on a 15-minute. And we're 7 minutes away from this bar. It doesn't look like it's going to close under here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this alert a little bit higher up here to see if we get a breakout. And we'll put Euro USD on one side because we're quite interested in that for a 15-minute bar. And as you can see here, there's the current 15-minute bar. It's just a wee shame it's not above the 9 EMA, but got to be patient. And we're just waiting. Just waiting. Can't sing or dance, so I can't entertain you in any other way. But that's... Let's see what... Oh, I best have a look at the stream, haven't I? I didn't realise. See if there's any questions. It's so quiet from the floor. I don't think there's any questions at all. No, there isn't. If you... I think everyone here is, or everyone watching it has the 15-minute bar guide. I think I've put it in. Have I put it in? 15-minute bar. Where is it? Let's just have a look here. In here, if you haven't already got it, I think it might be in here. Where is it? Oh yeah, there we are. If you haven't got the free entry on using getting down from 4 hours into 15 minutes, go down into the comments and see if you can hit this URL here. It'll take you to the guide. It will take you to free resources on my website, and it'll take you to their free 15-minute bar guide, and you can download the guide and get you going on consistency on entering the markets. Quite interesting. I was just looking on YouTube this morning with a comment on YouTube. We picked up a little troll, as you always do on YouTube. Someone obviously being burnt and cruising YouTube, trying to throw water on everyone's fire. So I think his comment was, if it was that easy, everybody had been doing it. So I nearly answered back saying, well, it is that easy, you just haven't found it. but I won't embarrass. I won't put it up on the screen. Or you can't embarrass. You don't embarrass trolls, do you? They don't get embarrassed. They just like to snipe. Where is it? If it were that simple, everyone would be doing it. Yeah. Ah, Argumentum, his name. That's about right, isn't it? If it were that easy, everyone would be doing it. I might put the comment in to say, now you've found it, now you've found the strategy, start doing it, and then write back to me and tell me if it works or not. I shouldn't say all these things. It's just fun sometimes with the trolls. Right. It's just a waiting game now. We're about to finish, but the FTSE is doing what we said it would do, around about 8,300 area, 8,303. It's having a little wee bit of a pullback, which is not a problem. It would have been nice if we can actually get these setups. I know what I'll do. I'll give the guy who put this message up. I'll give him a link to this so you can see the actual simple 15-minute bar. In fact, I'm going to do a new video on the 15-minute bar, showing you in step-by-step detail on how to get into it, what all the EMAs mean, the guide, how to implement the guide, how to reference the guide into the chart. So it will help people, because the other ones they were just done as a little aid and a bit of a help, but where people can fall down the cracks, they have done, looking at things. So I've probably have to make it bulletproof, bomb-proof, and trader-proof, and I'll have to get round to doing that. If it helps, then that's good. Right, 13 minutes in. 13 minutes. We usually chip off at 1:15-ish. So if anyone's got any questions they want me to answer, shout now, or forever hold your peace. If I can answer them, then I certainly will. Ah, right, okay. Euro USD at what point? Right, okay, good point. So on the Euro USD 50, we're looking for a 15-minute bar, but we are looking for a 15-minute bar like this one. What I mean by that is we're looking for this bar needs to close above the 9 EMA. So like this has, it's closed above the 9 EMA. And then what you're going to do is, let's assume this bar is this bar. You're going to take a break above here. So a break at the spread's roughly 1 pip. So had half to 1 pip above the top of the Heikin Ashi bar, and you are looking for the bottom of the swing low, which is 28.6. We round that down, so that 26.8, sorry. We round that down to 27. The spread 28 plus 1 more for a double tap, 29. So you'd want a 29 pip stop and a 29 pip target. Can you fit it in on the previous swing high? Yes, it's 37. So you're looking for 29, 29 and 29 on a break of that bar. But it's got to look like this structure. So not that bar, because it's closed under the 9 EMA. You are looking for the perfect storm would be a flat bottom bar closing above the 9 EMA, like so. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'll wait a little bit longer, see if we can get that to do its thing. You know, it might do it while we're in the next 10 minutes or so. This one, USD Swiss, flat bottom, flat top, and it looks like it might be closing the 9 EMA. If it does, this is definitely game on, definitely a trade short. Just looking at the other things here. I'm just looking at the charts, seeing what's going on. So the USD Japanese just heading for the hills again. So this is the interest. 12 minutes to go. If this forms and comes down, great. Euro USD, not looking like it's ready yet. The whole thing about the key to success on the trading really is having a strategy, being patient on how you implement it, and being rigid in how you implement the strategy. You know, if you waited here, there's like 3/4 of an hour before this particular trade was perfectly set up. This is 15 minutes here. We've got another 15 minutes here. This isn't looking likely to set up. But what you're really looking for is a flat bottom, perfect candle. Flat top candle under the 9 EMS. Out of these two trades, Euro USD and USD Swiss, this is coming up, setting up faster. It's broken below the 9 EMA. This is not broken above the 9 EMA. So we could get this one off. The USD Japanese, no, not doing anything. Gold's stopped. Sorry, hasn't been stopped. Gold is just stopped moving around, I should say. It's just hesitating. FTSE's on a little bit of a pullback. Could even add to the FTSE if it reverses back up with a fractal. But let's concentrate on these two. See if we can do something about this. But yeah, oh, look at this. This is a lot of sod really when we stream on a Tuesday. And then you can guarantee on Wednesday, when we're live on Wednesday, just in my trading room, everything just sets up beautifully, and then we trade it. And it's, they call it a law of sod. It's just being patient. These will set up, and you've just got to be patient. And we've only got an hour and a half or so. And again, this one's just picking up. And this one looks like it's it's faltering a little bit. You don't want to leave just by making a wee bit of money on gold, do you really? And a wee bit of money on FTSE if you took that. But this trading for you, this is real life. No setups, no cherry picking, no perfect storms. This is what it's really like. You will get both trades today if you're patient. You will, no doubt about it. You've just got to be patient and wait for the setup, because it will come to you. Absolutely will come to you. The thing to do is, if it doesn't set up, you don't take it. Or as one of our traders used to say, if in doubt, do nought. Sit on your hands until it says trade. Do you know what? I would have thought Andy would have woke up by now and come in the room. Too busy in Vera popping it up, I think. I'll be out there in a week and a half or so. But yeah. Right. Do I hang around and wait? It's not looking like 8 more minutes. We'll wait for 8 more minutes and we'll wait for this. That's not going to... We'll put an alert on... well, what shall we do? This isn't looking likely very much. Put that alert there. Let's have a quick squiz at what's happening with the FTSE while keeping this trade up. It is struggling. It is struggling. It's had a bit of a pullback on the BRN, big round number. Market came up. People took profits. We knew they were going to do that. We've now got a fractal breakaway at 303. I'll show you. Put the fractal tool on. There you are, 303 breakaway. And you've got a target at 83.20. Is there the space to do a breakaway? 23 pips you'd need. And there's another 1-to-1 in there. If you want to do a 5-minute fracker into here at 21.21, that's completely free, so you've got no risk whatsoever. So the opportunity there is to have 1% risk with 2% leverage. If you wish to do that breakaway. Is anyone interested in that setup in the room? No, it's okay.
The FTSE bot, you wouldn't turn on the FTSE bot, would you, Steve?
Definitely not.
No, okay.
No.
And crude the same, yeah?
If if and when we see Camarilla break out long, then I would put the bot on, yeah. Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, for sure. In fact, I'm going to do this. I'll put this trade up, and it's recording live anyway. I'll put the trade up just to show people on this trade. No, 21.21 is not good enough, is it? It needs to be, let's have a measure this properly. I measured that one wrong. 23.03, 21, 24, sorry. 24 pip stop, 24 pip target, and that is a fractal break. 303. The markets took profits in there, so if this breaks, it'll run through. So we're putting our stops under that swing low, and we're heading into here. So completely risk-free. Another breakout to add to that. 1% risk, 2% leverage. Right, 4 minutes to go. This bar here is looking quite tasty on USD Swiss. So I'm just adjusting some trades on another account.
Alert triggered.
Right, let's have another little look. Right, so this is game on. This is definitely game on for a trade. FTSE, we've got a fracker already on that one, and Euro USD will run that back to where it was. There's your alert trigger. Look at that 5-minute action. It's starting to do something. So let's get that into 15 minutes. Still not good enough. Let's turn our frackers off. We don't need to see those. 3 minutes time. So we're going to start doing some measuring now to understand how we can get in on this trade. So roughly around, we're looking roughly around here. Stop's going to be above that double tap. It's going to be roughly from that level, 24, 20, around up to 25. Wow, 3 pips spread, 2 pips spread on that. 28 pips. Have we got 28 pips all the way down here? Yeah, we've got 28 pips to the swing low. Bit careful there. We haven't got a 1-to-1 into that bottom, so you'd have to alert that up and be careful how you trade that one. Let's just have a look. Zoom out a little bit further. So let's just put the alerts in there so we know where the bottoms are. One minute to go. We can measure that from a direct because of the way this is moving. So 27, 28, 29, 30 pips, guys, 30 pips on this one. I'll break that 15-minute bar, 30 pip stop. We're just under a minute away from it being ready. We don't trade it just in case the market reverses, but we're looking for 30 pips as a meat on the bone there to get down to 80.50. This one is starting to move up. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Dead right. We'll be in those. We'll be in those. Right, get ready for that trade. 90. There we go. And that, oh, look at this one, 15-minute bar. Looks like we're eventually getting a 15-minute bar. Hooray. So not perfect. It's if you have the 15-minute guide, then that would be a type 2. Where have I got the 15? Where can I pull that 15-minute bar guide up from? Where's the 15-minute bar guide? I put it, as well as normal info, put it on the 15-minute Q1 strategy, didn't I? So there we go. Here it is. So you can see the shape of that bar. Here is the 15. This is the if you haven't got it, go to the website, down, hit the link below on this, and you'll get this 15-minute bar strategy. And if we go scroll right to the end, it tells you some of the very good bars to get. So perfect bar, obviously, if you're going short, then the opposite is true. Those are going to be red. There is a second type bar, which is here with a small wick, but that's a perfect bar. That one, do not ever touch a trade when you've got an indecision bar here. So that's the 15-minute bar strategy. So if you haven't already got it, it's totally free. Just go and grab it. Rightio. So we are in here now, going short for 30 pips, which can be extended down to the target that I've stuck in the report anyway, which is, I believe, where's the AI report? I'll be putting something out today or tomorrow on how you can get hold of this AI report every day to your inbox. Just need, I've done the video and just need to send the links. Very useful, help you focus for the day, help you focus on what's hot, what's not, and help you practice your strategies and getting in. So sells 80.50, there we are. So I'm going to do what it says on the can, and I'm going to do 80.50. So a bit better than 1-to-1, but what I am going to do, I'm going to put an alert down here, because once we get down to these levels, we're over 3/4 of the way there from a 1-to-1, and we'll put a stop to entry in on that. So 11 minutes to go. This will be a perfect bar. Flat bottom. It doesn't get any better than this. If come off a nice level, indecision, and then no indecision whatsoever. Market's very happy. People are very happy to buy, and that's on its way up. So that's what we want to be looking at. Things like that. Again, patience. FTSE's on its way up again, so that's good. We've got a second trade on the FTSE, so that's nice. So we're in USD Swiss, waiting for yes. Good if I could spell, wouldn't it? You can't edit your comments, can you? That should say, is anybody in? Anyone in? All right, yeah, sound. Great. Well done to all those guys that got in. This is was looking really, really nice until we got that large wick. Wow. Or a pin in the ass. So this is moving off nicely. Flat bottoms, that's what we need, flat bottoms. But we've got that hesitation on the euro, haven't we? Let's just have a look again without coming off the chart. what I've done there is put the Dixie on there. So Dixie's slowly trying to come down. And the Euro's trying to go up. Come on, need the Dixie just to fall off the cliff and release the Euro.
Alert triggered. Alert triggered.
Gold spot.
Alert triggered.
Have we got time? Yes. I don't think I'm going to hang around for Euro USD. I'm going to go for a cup of coffee, and if and when it sets up, I'll stick it in the room, guys. If you're, for the guys in my trading room, if you're not around. In fact, I'll just do a screenshot of this just to capture what we're doing. Put it in the room so you can see. If I've lost the screen, I've lost the screenshot, flipping it. There we are. Oh, it's going white. It's doing it again. Right. So capture it in a different way than one eye. There we go. Euro USD waiting for 15 min baht. USD Swiss in now. So just for people on YouTube, that's, I put, you know, trades that were kind of in or trading in. This was this was the one of the trades yesterday on gold before it absolutely went to skyrocket. And as you can see, the robots are in and working. Nice. And just put there in the smile and just let people know in the room that aren't in the room with me at the moment, but are trading what we are looking at. Just put that back up here. Right. What else? What else? What else? I think that's it really, isn't it? If there's no more questions, then I'm going to, no one's answering my questions anyway in YouTube anyway, so everyone must be happy, hopefully. Euro USD is waiting for a 15-minute bar to close above the 9 EMA. We're not waiting for anything here. We're just waiting for the market to fall away. Shouldn't see the market. If the market does come up, we would expect a reversal off here. FTSE is about to break up for its second fracker, 5-minute fracker. Turn the fracker on to 5 minutes. So we're risk-free down here. You could also move the stop under this previous fractal up here. You could also, well, it's fine, just leave that where it is. You could, yeah. So if you win, if you lose, you win a little bit of money. If you win, you to the target, you make 1.85%. If this fractal breaks out, you make another 1%. So not too shabby. And gold that was stopped, I believe. Was it stopped, gold? Yes, you can see here. So it's a good example. Getting very aggressive, not waiting for a 15-minute bar. Getting very aggressive, it can work, but the risk is that you get these aggressive bars and you get stopped. So we got stopped. So They don't always work, more often than not that they do, but the thing to do really is, rather than push things because we've got a rah-rah on gold, is what we really want is a 38.2% pullback. That's what we really, really want. And we might get that today. It would be better with a 61.8% retrace. But now we've tried the 5-minute aggressive. We know it's not working. That's not working. So you do not want to try that one again until the market tells you it's ready. In other words, at a higher time frame, when the market tells you it's ready in a 15-minute bar here, we're nowhere near. We're trading under the 9 EMA at the moment. So while we're under the 9 EMA, price action is negative. Price momentum is positive with a 200 EMA. So we've got contrarian at the moment. And ideally, the market will come down to here and we'll trade that. So we've just loaned the market a few rupees. If you don't catch the first candle, enter too late. The risk is then too high into the move. So long as you can see a 1-to-1 before swing high low, it is fine, but do not chase a trade. Dun, 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 dun. Right. FTSE's on a run up again, which is nice indeed. So just waiting. That's the whole game. Unfortunately, no one ever said it was trading was exciting, did they? We are now because that horrible pullback after that 15-minute. USD Japani. Not interested until it pulls back a bit more. Euro USD. Not interested until it's above the 9 EMA. Just got to wait. Just so happens in the first hour and a half or so. The only thing that's been reasonable but very slow. Gold this morning, of course, because we hit gold targets first thing this morning, is the FTSE. It is a bit of a grinder because everyone's on holiday, I think, still on the holidays. So just wait and see. That's fractal breakouts. So I'm going to run and I'll wait to see if anyone puts anything in the room for Thursday. Want me to show them around the strategies and use strategies live. No problem at all. Other than that, I will say bye. Bye for now, guys.
Thanks, Steve.
See you guys. I'm just going to shut the stream off if I can find the streamer button. Where's the streamer button? Right, okie dokie. That's me off. So see you next Tuesday, guys. Bye-bye. Right, so that's the stream off.